Welcome back, guys. Cody here with Don in the Out of Bounds Sports Podcast. Coming at you today with podcast episode number 8 of our weekly series. Big game on Monday. Disappointing finish for all you Canadian hockey fans at least. We might touch on that later, but without further ado, let's get into it. All right, Don. Well, I think it's about that time. Why don't you kick us on off here for episode 8?
Okay, I think I'll do that. First topic I want to touch on is Stuart Skinner. Now, I've had people say to me that I owe him an apology. The same people have said that their dream was that Stuart Skinner stands on his head to shut me up. Now, I want to say, as a Canadian, I would love to see Edmonton win that series. But since we had a bet on it, I bet with my head, not with my heart. And after seeing Stuart Skinner playing, for me it was a no-brainer. There's just no way. And I've said from the beginning, you got Stuart Skinner in net, you're not winning the Stanley Cup.
He's not the reason that they didn't win.
You'll have your 2 minutes. Now, the thing is I hear everyone saying, but look at his stats from game 4 to 7, 11-0. Fantastic. Let's look at his stats from games 1 to 3. Okay? 1 and 6. That's 7 games. There were 12 games between 1 and 3, which means he didn't start 5. If you put in your backup goaltender in the playoffs, you got a problem. And the difference between these two guys was very simple. In game 7, you saw a Stanley Cup goaltender versus Skinner. They couldn't get that goal past Bobby, and the thing is, Edmonton outplayed them 6 out of the 7 games. If Skinner would have played decent in game 1 or 3, it would have been over in 6. If he would have played decent in both 1 and 3, it would have been over in 5, because he had a total of 34 shots in game 1 and 3 and gave up 7 goals. Okay? The fact is, he starts off shit, and I was so confident that in Game 7, Florida was going to win. I had no concerns. Were you as confident that Edmonton was going to win? I don't think so.
I'm not buying what you're selling.
No, it doesn't matter. It's sold.
Final game, final group matches today in Euro 2024 with groups E and F. But I'm not going to be talking about those ones. And although Group E is very exciting, it's the first time that all 4 teams are tied at 3 points going into the final game. So, I mean, that's going to be a scrap. That's actually on right now. I should probably check the score. Maybe I'll do that during John's 2 minutes because he usually sleep during that. Anyways, but what I wanted to talk about, 35 seconds into my 2 minutes, was England's disappointing showing for their young stars. We put up a poll just before the Euro started, and Germany ended up winning the poll, but England was a close second with who we thought was going to win. So there's a lot of people had high hopes for this team, and after the first 3 games, they did not look very good. They only got a point in the last round. Bellingham, for example, his last 2 games. I mean, talk about disappointing. Some of his stats for those 2 games. What did he have? So the last game against Slovenia, 9 duels, won 2 of them. He won possession back just twice in 2 minutes. He lost possession 16 times. That was more than any player. 0 chances created, 0 shots, 1 dribble completed, 0 tackles. This is one of the young stars in Real Madrid that was playing out of his mind all season. I don't know if it has to do with the coaching or the chemistry, but I think Saka looks out of place as well. Cole Palmer finally got a start, my Chelsea man, and he made an immediate impact off the bench. I don't know why it took them 3 games to figure that out, but they're going to have to figure something else out. They're going to have to change their tactics if they want to do well in the quarterfinal or round of 16, because the competition's just going to get tougher from here, so see what happens.
My turn. Okay, let's discuss AEW and WWE. I am really, really getting tired of these people talking shit about AEW Yes, I know that they don't have the money that WWE does. If you look at the last few events, WWE's made a lot of blunders, a lot of stupid decisions. But the thing that I find interesting is that with WWE, they're now doing crossovers with TNA, and they've also made an agreement to do it with 3 Japanese companies, Marigold and 2 other ones. And I was thinking, why are they doing that? Oh, I know why. Because they're copying the AEW pay-per-views. Because this upcoming AEW PPV is Forbidden Door, which will have AEW and New Japan.
Yep, that's this Sunday.
Yes, and their big one in August is going to have AEW, New Japan, TNA, Ring of Honor, and possibly NWA. So, like, if they're so crappy, why is this huge company stealing their ideas? And also, I watched a bit of NXT last night. I couldn't really stomach too much of it because that's really garbage.
Yeah, it's the B show. And it's the B show for a reason.
It is terrible. But now they are going to, instead of going to a commercial, they're going to P&P, which AEW's been doing forever. So you got the commercial on, but you can still see what's happening in the match. Gee, that's a pretty good idea. Don't you think?
I like that idea.
Yeah, so you know what?
What do you think's going to happen with Netflix? Think they'll have commercials? They'll sneak commercials in there? Or do you think...
I don't know. I'm out of time. You asked me a question at the wrong time.
My fourth topic today... historic. So we had disappointed in the hockey world for Canada, but excitement for the hockey world, for the soccer world in Canada. They had their first Copa America win last night. Their first Copa America goal last night. They beat Peru 1-0. Exciting game. A little bit back. Canada was getting dominated in the first half.
Heat. My God, the heat.
Did you see the ref collapse?
Yeah.
One of the sidelinemen collapsed.
Little bitch.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he was fine. He was fine.
A little bit of headbutt in the first. There should have been a red card. There ended up being a red card in the second half, but there should have been another.
They even reviewed it and wouldn't call it.
So crazy. Did you watch the game?
Yeah. Well, no, I watched the highlights on Sports Center, TSN.
Yeah, TSN. So they, after 2 matches, they've got 3 points. They're second in the group. All they need is a point against Chile in their third game, and they'll be advanced off to the quarterfinals. Of course, they got smashed 2-0 by Argentina in the first game. So, it's really, really cool to see the soccer world growing in Canada. The game's growing. We're becoming competitive. I think we're 48th in the world, which is only 8th behind Chile, which I was surprised about. But... the game's being developed at a young age. We're getting young stars. Alphonso Davies is one of the best in the world. He happens to be Canadian. I've got a couple other people from Europe as well. And yeah, it's been exciting. North American teams weren't always in the Copa America, but as of 8 years ago, I think that's when the first one started. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll do in the third round, and then hopefully they'll make it to the quarterfinals. But yeah, the heat's crazy.
What's the last one going to be?
All right, so I found an interesting stat. I don't know if you saw this at all, but Corey Perry, the curse of Corey Perry, actually. So he's lost 4 of the last 5 Stanley Cup finals.
Yeah, well, he also takes stupid penalties, and he's a dirty player.
Well, so he was on Montreal when they lost.
Yep.
He was on Tampa Bay when they lost. Yep. He was on Tampa Bay when they lost to... Or no. Montreal, Tampa Bay, Florida. What was the third? What was the fourth team? It wasn't on last year because he wasn't on either Vegas Edmonton. Or... No, Edmonton was this year. Tampa Bay. Whoever was playing the Ducks.
One second. I thought you had research on this.
I saw the stat, and now I can't remember what the teams were. But yeah, 4 of the 5 last Stanley Cups he's lost in.
Well, yeah,
Dallas. He was on Dallas when they lost to Tampa Bay. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
well, like, I mean, this guy here, he's traveling all over the place because nobody really wants him. I think that this year was last year of his career. And, of course, he would go to a team whose starting goaltender is Stuart Skinner, and that's just how that worked. Just got to say that. You know what? The thing is, you can defend Skinner all you want, okay? That second goal was a soft goal.
It was not a soft goal.
He had wide open. He had a perfect view of it, and again, like he almost always is, he was out of position.
If you watch the build-up to the play, there were 3 defenders. There was one should have covered the guy on the far lane. One guy should have went to the middle, and then he should have attacked the guy that took the shot. It doesn't matter. He drifted to the middle and gave the guy an open shot.
He had a clear view, and he was out of position.
These are professional players. They're going to score if they have an open shot.
You know, no, not always.
If it was Bob on that same shot, he would have scored.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
How he was standing on his head, he's not even on his feet, and he's stopping pucks.
No. That second goal was not Stuart Skinner's fault. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Stuart Skinner's amazing. I was really cheering for him. I know he's not the best goaltender, but that second goal was not his fault, and he's not the reason that
you know what
they lost that game.
Edmonton, if they're a powerhouse team, amazing offense, great defense. If they can get a half decent goaltender, they're winning the cup next year. Boy, did we ever go over on this one?
I might even throw Stuart Skinner on my.
I think you should. The way you talk about him, I'd be surprised if he's not on there. All right. This last one went over it because he was arguing a point that he couldn't win.
Little update here. Speaking of that, live update for European soccer. Slovakia's tied 1-1 with Romania, and Belgium's tied 1-1 with Belgium. Ukraine, sorry. Belgium's not tied with So with that meaning, then right now, as of the scores were, Romania would go through as top of the leaders, Belgium would be in second, Slovakia would come in third, and Ukraine would come fourth. So Slovakia would still have a chance to qualify with the third best team. But
okay, just wrapping things up, I think we should let everybody know, because the bet is complete now. The bet is final.
Yep.
And it was close. We were tied going into the round 3. We ended up tied after round 3. Yep. So it all came down to the tiebreaker. You picked Edmonton. I picked the Boston Celtics. I am so looking forward to my coveted Chuck's Nachos.
We'll come at you live from Chuck's and see how his nachos turned out. Yeah, congratulations, Don, on your win.
Thank you.
After a hard fought win, that was a fun time.
It's
been a long that bet went for a while. Like the playoffs started in April.
Yeah, and
we're already almost in July. So.
Yeah, and I was getting my ass handed to me in the first round. Then I was able to catch up. Then we tied after that, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It
would have all went to me if I was able to win. I picked Edmonton in 7. They almost pulled it out in 7 too, but
yeah, they almost did, but they didn't.
And I almost got my nachos.
And I still don't know why you picked Dallas over Boston.
Yeah, that was a picking with the heart. I was hoping for Dallas to win because Boston's season was just boring. So,
well, anyways,
they're already forgotten champions. Don't really care about that anymore.
Now all we have to work on now for the next little bit is our CFL pool, but we'll discuss that in the next video.
Yeah. So once again, guys, thanks again for watching. Episode number 8, 2 more to episode 10. We've got some exciting stuff planned, or we will be planning some exciting stuff.
Are we?
I think so. We got to do a banger for episode 10.
Well, what the hell are all these other ones? Shit.
No, they're good. But this will be cream of the crop. We'll elevate it to the next level.
How are we gonna do that? Are we gonna have a stripper here?
That wouldn't appeal to all fans. What we're gonna do will appeal to all fans.
Well, sometimes some people get left out. As my friend Big Bill once told me.
Okay, learning tree. Leave a comment below if there's any topics you want to hear from us in the next episode or episode 10. If anything you want to hear us talk about, we'll take a couple recommendations from the fans. So
yeah, I guess that's a good idea.
Yeah, And leave us a like, turn those notifications on. You can see our next video. We've got a CFL video coming at you tomorrow. And then we're doing an all-star, all-time, all-team, all NHL, total NHL draft. We're picking our best team of all time.
And
I'll be drafting.
you have to pick Skinner.
I'll be drafting first, right?
Why? No, we have to do a coin flip.
All right, we'll do it.
What the hell is you making up the rules every bloody time? No. It's
All
like,
right.
oh, I get the hockey pick. I get this. I was up by a point. Have you told everybody I'm up by a point? Seriously, stop it.
So we'll be doing that this week. Stay tuned. NHL draft is the real NHL draft is Thursday, Friday, and the
Friday,
Saturday, and the NBA is
Who cares?
tonight and tomorrow. So yeah, this draft's pretty not memorable for this draft. So anyways, guys, we're going on. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Ciao.